Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sean's Horror Corner. As always, thank you so much. I appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. Uh, we were supposed to have Swift and Cece. Cece was unable to make it. She had a sick kid, so she'll get back with us some other time. But that means you're stuck watching me and Swift. So I'm sorry to everybody ahead of time for that one. Swift, my man, thank you so much for coming on. It's the first time I've had you on here. I appreciate you coming.
Oh man, thank you so much for having me. Sugar Sean Love from up above. Man, it's been a long time coming, man. Can't wait. Can't wait to get to this conversation, man. I love your show. Big fan of yours, man. You rocked out with us last week on the show. Wednesday nights, obviously 65. You were on there holding it down, doing it for the crowd. And it was a great time, man. So I got to reciprocate, and I'm excited. I'm excited about
Yeah,
this.
no, I thank you so much. I appreciate that. And like I said, I'm excited to have you on. I've been wanting to have you on for a while. Thank you so much, Ryan. I appreciate that. Got Ryan
Ryan, what's up,
here,
Ryan? How you
best
doing?
mod in the business right there. So I
Oh yeah,
appreciate
he's the
everything
man.
Ryan does. Ryan helps me out so much. We already got I saw Mama Swift in the chat as well. She's over here joining
Oh, we got
us.
Mama Swift. Hey, Ma, how
We
you
do.
doing?
Tony
Thanks for
Doucette,
joining us.
and
Tony D.
Mr.
Tony
Rob
D in the
Humphrey is
place to
here as
be.
well. Always good to have Rob joining. I see Mr. Humphrey.
Oh yeah, Rob Humphrey, my brother from another mother.
That's right.
But don't hold it against me.
No,
Yeah,
no. Rob's great, man. Rob cracks me up.
Rob is the
He's.
man.
I tell Rob all the time he's the most entertaining man in the horror community. So yeah, that's
Oh,
what.
you ain't kidding. You ain't kidding. Shout out to Rob. Shout out to. Oh, we got the Gabagool. So shout out
That's
to
right.
Rob. Shout out to Mikey / Radio.
That's
Shout out
right.
to the
Yeah,
guys right
Slasher
there.
Radio is so much fun. Good stuff there. Um, Swift,
Absolutely.
before we jump into everything and get started, though, go ahead and I mean, I'm sure anybody that knows my channel is already familiar with you and who you are, but go ahead and take a minute, promote Horror 365, talk about what you guys do, anything that you have coming up.
Oh, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for that. Everybody, what's up? My name is Swift. I'm the VP of Horror 365. You see it right here in the chest. New York representative. Let's go Knicks. We did it. We pulled out the broomsticks last night. I had to do a little sweeping. But yeah, Horror 365, man. We're a passionate group of horror fans that we banded together, and we do podcasts. We do live in person events. Like Sean. We did an
Yeah.
event. Jason Lives in Hell, May 1st to 2nd. It was a major 2-day event where we had the cast of Friday 13th Part 6, Jason Lives. Plus, we had the writer director Tommy McLaughlin, and we held this event at the Abaddon Hotel from Hell House LLC, and we had the cast from Hell House LLC there. Plus, we had the director, and man, it was crazy, man. It was so much fun. Autograph signings. We built a grave site over there, so you can take these pictures with C.J. Graham as Jason Voorhees in costume at a grave site with uh, Tom Matthews. So you recreated the opening scene.
Nice.
So we do events like that. We do movie theater events. About 3-4 weeks ago, we did a movie theater event with Ken Sagos, who plays Kincaid in Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3,
Yeah. Nice.
Dream Warriors. And we did an event with them. We did a little movie screening with them. We screened Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, Dream Warriors. So you're sitting there, you're watching it with Kincaid. And we also screened his film. He has a short film called Socrates. So it was like a double feature, so to speak. So it
Pretty
was it was
cool.
a little it was a nice little surprise for everybody that came out. And
Yeah.
we do live streams every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And we do topics. We have do topic discussions where we have amazing content creators like Sean right here. Um, we do things like that. We have filmmakers, direct, everybody from the horror community. We have them
Yeah.
come on. We have a nice conversation, and we focus on having a good time, having fun, whether it's our live events or whether it's on the podcast. Having a great time. That's what we want to do. We all come together for this horror genre because we love it,
Yeah.
and we're so similar. So let's have a good time while we at it. Let's talk horror with some like-minded individuals that we happen to like a little bit. So and that's it. So check us out tomorrow, Wednesday night, YouTube, and it also comes with YouTube, Facebook. Check us out on Instagram at horror.365. Tomorrow we're talking about anthology horror, so that's going to be a nice little
Nice.
discussion tomorrow night. Yeah, so check us out. And you know, you're already here with Sean. support Sean, man. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, man, because Sean's a good dude, man. I love Sean, man. He's one of
Thank
my
you so much.
favorite content creators to watch. Yeah,
It's very
absolutely.
kind of you to say. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. Rob says he's going to make it out to one of your live events sometime, and it's going to be epic. So yeah, that would be fun if you got Mr. Humphrey out there.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if the world's ready for that, but I'm ready. Let's go. Let's do it.
Yeah, I
Hey,
saw
listen,
pictures
if
from that last one.
everybody.
Go
Oh
ahead.
yeah, it was amazing. Yo, everybody that's here watching, if Rob's gonna be there, you gotta come out.
Oh,
Come
yeah.
on out too, because you all gotta see
Right.
this in person.
Absolutely. Yeah. Nothing like Rob Humphrey in person, I'm sure.
Oh yeah,
He's signing autographs himself out there.
yeah, yeah. He'll be taking all the money for the talent, man. You know,
That's right. You gotta be
his
careful.
lines will be around the whole perimeter.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, Swift, I got a question because I know you're a Knicks fan. We're going to get off topic here for a minute. So I know
Oh
you're a
yeah,
Knicks fan.
absolutely.
And they got the big win last night, so they swept the Cavaliers, but you're sporting a
Yes.
Rockets hat. So tell me what's up.
Well, the Rockets hat. Listen, I'm coming on your show, so I gotta have the colors matching. You know, I gotta have the colors matching. I can't be out here looking crazy when I'm coming on Sean's Harbor Corner. When I come on Sean's Harbor Corner, you know, I gotta be dapper, I gotta be fly. But
Okay.
you know, all day.
There we
Blue
go.
and orange all day.
All right. No, that's
So
fair.
just so everybody knows what it is.
Yeah, I get
You know,
it. Yeah,
I know you're close to Texas and everything. It's not too far from you, but we're doing it like this.
no, it's all good, man. And honestly, I'm a Chicago Bulls fan. I've been a Chicago Bulls fan for years. You know, I mean, back in the MJ days.
Oh yeah, man! What a squad!
Yeah, not the same team now. Hadn't been the same for a while, but that's still who I roll with is my Bulls. So yeah, one of these days they'll get it back.
Yeah, yeah. And once we let it go, once the Knicks decide we're gonna let somebody else.
That'll work.
I'm
All
over here
right.
talking crap. Watch us get swept now.
That's all right. We just got to wait our turn. So again, this is like I said, the first time you've been with me on here. So anytime I have a first time guest, I always ask them, what was it that got you into horror? Was there a particular movie? Was it like an event? Like what happened that made you become the horror fan that you are?
Oh man, there's one person to blame, and it's a woman that's in the live chat right now named Mama Swift. You know,
there we go.
Mama Swift got me. Yeah, I was when I was born. My mom was 18 years old when I was born, so she was a teenager. She loved horror, big, huge horror fan. So as I'm growing, 1 year old, 2 years old, she's 19, 20. She still loved horror. So I'm there watching horror with her. So my entire life I've been watching horror. But the first movie that I actually remember was Halloween 2. And it was just something about the movie. Number one, Michael Myers, the mask, you know?
Yeah.
There's something about that mask. And we got Vader in the house. Florida Dad Vader, how you doing? What's good?
Right.
Yeah, Florida Dad Vader is a Chicago guy. Absolutely. So listen, rest in peace. So yeah. So anyway, look, there it is. So much. Thanks, Ma. Yeah. So Michael Myers, the mask, the expressionless mask. You know, the mask has no expression, but the expression says it all. You know, you remember how it was back then, the original mask.
Right.
And it was just something about a hospital. It was just so spooky. Like I'm from New York, so we don't have hospitals that are secluded and abandoned like that. You know, like hospitals here, man, it looks like you're in Times Square. But it was just the tone of that movie and the kills and everything like that. That's my first movie memory. And then I remember like Universal Monsters and everything like that. And I just loved it. I always loved it. I always loved horror. I kind of fell out of it a little bit. In the 90s, I was checked out of here. You know, the 90s was a wrap. The early 2000s, I kind of started getting back into it. And then once the Paranormal Activity wave came around, I fell out of it again. And then Mike, Horror 365 Mike, my brother Mike, he got me back into it. Maybe around 2012, 2013. This is like when Insidious, those types of movies were coming out. He got me back. Yo, Swift, you got to check this out. I used to go to his house. He'll come to the house. I got to show you these some movies. And what was The Conjuring came out like around that time. So it kind of came back a little bit. And then 2016, 2017, I was in and out. And me and Jimmy J, we connected. And he said, "Yo, I want to do this horror thing." So I said, "Yeah, let's do it." I used to do security for him, and one thing leads to the next. Now I'm right there, right next to Jimmy, and brought Mike in, and I'm back into it. I love horror so much, but I'm starting to learn I love certain types of horror.
Okay.
Like I completely agree with you with Sin Help. You know what I mean? Like Sin Help. I watched
Yeah.
that video, and bro, I agree with everything you said. Every single sentiment, I agree with it. Um, and I love horror. There's some horror I don't like. I love Halloween. That's my favorite franchise. But there's a lot of
Oh,
Halloween films I do not like. So
okay.
I'm not one of these fans that I just blind. I'm just blindly loyal. I'm loyal to myself. I'm loyal to what I like. Jimmy, nah, he's only trouble until you get to know him. That's it.
So tell me this: you said there's a certain kind of horror that you like, and some that
Yeah.
you don't like. Hold on there, Rob,
Yeah.
down there. Yeah, I was mean to Sin Hill because it was just an average movie. It wasn't that good, Rob. Sorry.
It
Gotta be
depends what
honest
you were
about
looking
it.
for. Like, yeah,
Yeah, that's
I went in expecting a certain thing, and I got something different. It's entertaining. It's entertaining if you came looking for that. And I was looking for something
right.
else. I was disappointed.
Yeah,
And
I'm a slasher guy. Now that's the stuff that I
oh yeah,
prefer
me
is
too.
slashers. But there's other stuff out there that's not bad. I try to be fair and check out everything, but at the same time, I'm gonna be honest. If I like it, I'm gonna tell you. If I don't like it, I'm gonna tell you that too.
Yeah,
So Send Help just
yeah,
wasn't for
yeah.
me. I can see, there's a
Exactly.
lot of people that love it. That's great. I'm glad because it's one of the things I like about the horror community is, there's so many different tastes. People have so many different things that they're into, but everybody
Hmm.
can still come together and just celebrate horror in general. And so that's one of the things I love about this community. So, and
Yeah,
sometimes people like Rob and Brendan. Brendan was giving me from Our Life in Horror. He was giving me a hard time for my
yeah,
review on Send Help as well. And I'm like, it's not
yeah.
my fault. You guys got bad taste.
There you go. There you go.
No,
One day they'll come around. One day they'll
that's
come
right.
around. They'll mature their taste a little bit. Get a little more exquisite. With the taste buds.
Right. And I
I
was
mean,
going
we
to ask
talking
you,
about
but you,
my boy Rob, who has a Nicolas Cage show. So let's not even start. Let's not even go there. I
yeah,
love you, Rob, but Nicolas Cage, come on, bro. Yeah, go
yeah,
ahead.
he's got his Nick Cage podcast as well. And I haven't checked that out. I probably should check that out sometimes because I'm really curious as to what he might say about some of that stuff. But um, and I was going to ask you, but you kind of told us already how Horror 365 started. So that was Jimmy's idea, and then he kind of brought you into it. You were saying,
Yes, yeah. So I know Jimmy because we were both we used to promote wrestling in New York City. Back
okay,
in right before the pandemic. Like we used to promote wrestling, and then he started doing watch parties, and his watch parties was sick. Like the Jimmy J you see on screen, he's like that in real life. So his wrestling watch parties were lit. He's bringing talent out. Oh man, it was so much fun, man. I used to do the Roy Rumble watch parties, and I would come out. I would go to every one of his parties, and he got into the horror. And at that point, I was still a horror fan. I wasn't really into it like that. I was like a casual horror fan, a little more hardcore than the casual.
okay,
Anything that looked good, I was going to see it at the movies. But I wasn't watching every little thing. And he started Hard 365 as a podcast, and then he says, "Yo, these watch parties are doing well." He says, "What if I do this in the horror community? He says, what if I brought this element, watching a movie with the talent, eating, drinking,
yeah,
hanging out with the talent, a completely different experience than what you get at a convention or something like that. You
right,
got elements, you have shared elements,
sure,
but you saw some of the videos, like we were hanging out, dancing on the dance floor with the talent, with the
right,
actors and stuff. It's a complete different experience." And
yeah,
he's like, he says, "What if I bring this to the horror community?" And I was just security for him at the time. He's like, "Yo, Swift, you want to do anything?" I said, "Man, I don't know what to do. I'm with you." I said, "Well, whatever you need me to do." I was security for him. And then now I'm VP, and
nice,
the rest is history. Now we're trying to just expand, just getting into so many different things, immersive experiences. We do, like I said, we're doing the movie theater events, um, and it's fun. It's a
yeah,
lot of work, but it's so much fun. You know what I mean?
yeah, very cool, yeah, and it's funny to me because I was a wrestling fan as a kid. I watched wrestling all the time as a kid. Now, I'm an old man, so for me, it started back with. I first started watching wrestling. It was like the Von Erichs in Texas. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that I was watching.
Yeah, Sportatorium.
Yes, the Sportatorium, which I still can't believe they tore that place down. But then Hulk Hogan and Macho Man and Andre the Giant, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I quit watching for a long time until I had kids, and then my boys, they just loved it. I had a younger brother that loved wrestling, and so my boys started watching it. Then I kind of got back into it again, and now I still just kind of keep an eye on it. Like I don't watch it like I used to, but I still keep an eye on it, kind of see what's going on a little bit. And it's funny to me how many people there are in the horror community that like wrestling. Like I just didn't think that would be the case, but I've found several people that love both. Yeah, it's crazy how much the communities intertwine.
It is crazy. They have a shared audience, like it's a large shared audience. It's not they're not that separate, and you look at wrestling. There's a lot of horror in wrestling. Like I sent you that message about the Wyatt family, Bray Wyatt, and all that, and you already knew. You were all game on. My brother's into that, So the Undertaker. If you remember the Undertaker,
absolutely.
Kane. Like horror has always been involved because horror is relevant. Horror matters. Horror is relevant in every form of life. People, I don't like horror, but you're going to the theme park every summer. You're waiting online for 2 hours to get scared. Like, stop it. There's two things everybody loves, and there's two languages, right? Everybody loves maybe laughing. I mean, I'm not too crazy about laughing. I find stuff funny, but I'm not a real comedy guy. But people love to laugh, and people love to get scared. And just take a look at the theme parks, the amusement parks. That right there's the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah,
and you go to the movie theater. Yeah, you go to the movie theater with a good scary movie, and the experience you have with an audience packed full of people that are there and they're getting scared, it's unlike anything else. The only thing I could imagine is like if you go see a comedy, which that one kind of, I don't really go see comedies. I'm not a comedy guy, but I could only imagine it would be annoying because you would miss jokes and the whole crowd's laughing. Like if you got home where the jokes are coming like this, the crowd's laughing one joke, you miss the next joke, so it doesn't really play the same. Horror, just forget about it. Horror is like the best experience.
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%. It's funny you mentioned the Undertaker. You might already know this. I was watching like an interview thing with him one time, and they were talking about how he created his character and where he came up with different things. And the whole thing where he does the sit up, where he's down and he just sits up, he got it from Michael Myers. Like that's where he came up with that idea. He was watching Halloween and the way Michael Myers would sit up, he liked that. So he implemented that into his character. So and I agree with Rob here. Rob says he watches WWE, not all the time, but usually the big events. It's stupid but fun. I kind of feel the same way. It's just fun.
A lot
of the people I like are retired, but I watch it sometimes.
Yeah, I don't keep up as much as I would like to. I haven't watched, I think, since Royal Rumble or something. I watched maybe the big events. I missed WrestleMania this year. WrestleMania now is 2 nights. I missed both nights.
Yeah.
But I still got love for it. I still appreciate it. And like the YS6, I went to Halloween Horror Nights, and I went to the YS6 house, and that was like my favorite house. Like it was sick.
Nice.
It was sick. Yeah, it was a good experience. I went with one of my friends, and she kept getting scared. They kept getting her. She was pointing, I see you. It was still scaring them, but it was a lot of fun. It was good that they did that house.
Yeah. Yeah, very cool. All right, so a little sidetrack there. We're talking about wrestling and all kinds of stuff, but we will go over and talk about it a little bit. But Swift, I love everything you guys are doing. If you're not familiar with Horror 365, definitely go check them out. Follow them on Instagram. Awesome stuff they're out there doing.
Horror 365 Alive on YouTube.
Yes. Yeah, and I hope that maybe one of these days I can make it to one of your conventions. Right now I'm kind of stuck down here in Oklahoma, but yeah, I'm gonna try to make something at some point. So,
we'll bring the show to you. One big difference.
That's all right.
What was that, Rob?
Let's see. He said one big difference between horror and wrestling: the online wrestling community is the most toxic thing I have ever seen. It's pretty rough. I've seen some stuff on there. Yeah, they are rough. I agree.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, it's an interesting group sometimes. My brother and I, when I lived in Texas for like 9 years, and
Oh,
when I was
nice.
living there, my youngest brother, that's a big wrestling fan, me and him and my oldest boy would go to some of the wrestling matches there, sometimes in Dallas, and so we would go check that out. And we would always try to get there a couple hours early because sometimes you can catch some of the people coming in and get a picture, get an autograph,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. But
Yeah.
there's some interesting people hanging out around
Oh
around the
man.
wrestling
Yeah.
matches. Some very interesting people.
Yeah.
Uh,
I listen. I love the wrestling community, but yeah, there's some characters.
yeah,
You
yeah,
got
there definitely is.
who thinks they're a wrestler. Oh, I'm not even into it. These guys believe they believe they're wrestlers.
Yeah, yeah, they seem to think so. But it was always, I mean, we still had a lot of fun going. And I think the biggest name I ever met, I'm not even sure if she still wrestles, but Natalia. I don't know if you're familiar with who Natalia is.
Oh,
Uh,
from the Hart family.
the Hart family, yeah. I just happened to
Oh
be
yeah.
because I was always a fan of the Hart family. I liked Bret Hart. I liked Jim
Oh
the
yeah.
Anvil. I liked the Bulldog. I liked Owen. And so I
Yeah.
had a Natalia T-shirt. I was just like, you know what, I get this one. So I had it, and I was wearing it outside. And she came up and saw my shirt, and so she posed for a picture with me and autographed my shirt for me. It was pretty cool. That's the biggest wrestler
Nice.
I've
Yeah,
ever
that's
done.
cool.
But yeah, we had a good time out there. It
Yeah,
was a lot of fun.
that's cool. That's cool. I met a bunch. I met a bunch of them. They're
Cool.
cool. A lot of them are cool too. Natalia's
Yeah,
still around. Yes,
nice.
indeed.
I did not know
My
that.
my 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 mom, Mama Swift, she still watches wrestling. She still
Yeah, I
keeps up
saw
with it.
she made a comment up there somewhere. There was, yeah. I still watch WWE sometimes. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
I think
yep.
about the
She
only
tells me.
I try to catch some of the big things here and there, but
Yeah.
I think the one show that's on Netflix. I don't ever watch it live because I'm always busy doing YouTube stuff. But
Yes.
once I get done, I'll pull it back up and watch the replay a little bit before I call it a night. So
Hmm.
yeah, I keep an eye on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Swift and I are going to get into It Feeds from 2025. Tagline for the film was "It's worse if you're afraid." Brief synopsis for the movie: a clairvoyant therapist confronts her own personal demons while trying to save a young girl who believes a malevolent spirit or malevolent entity is feeding on her. Film was released March 28th of 2025. Directed and
Hmm.
written by Chad Archibald, 102-minute runtime. I could not find the budget for this thing, but the box office was just a little over, looks like $1 million. So I think the budget was pretty cheap, but I couldn't find it exactly. Just a couple of cast members: Ashley Green, Sean Ashmore, Ellie
Hmm.
O'Brien, and Guido Rinaldi. Let me ask you there, Swift. We'll stop. Give me your thoughts on the cast and the characters for this film.
Okay, I like Sean Ashmore. Um, Ashley Green, I like her too. Um, I didn't really know the kid. The girl that played
Yeah,
the girl that played Jordan and the other
right.
girl that played Riley. I didn't really know them.
Yeah.
But I like the movie. I like their performances. Yeah, the performances were good. I was into it. I was into it the whole time. I mean, um, they weren't the best performances I ever saw, but everybody got the assignment. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Everyone
agree.
got the assignment. It was cohesive.
Yeah, I think they did a good job with what they were given. This is not
Hmm.
typically my type of movie, but
Yeah.
I like Sean Ashmore and I like Ashley Green.
Hmm.
People give me shit about it all the time. I don't think I've actually said it on my YouTube channel, so I'll say it now. I have seen the Twilight movies. I've actually watched these Twilight movies. I don't think
Wow,
they're terrible. They're not my favorites, but I don't think they're terrible. Um,
you're a better man than me.
but my favorite character is the character of Alice, who's played by Ashley Green. And so when I saw she
Okay.
was in this, that's the reason I was like, yeah, I'll check that out. I like her, and she's
Yeah.
about to actually. We're having a horror convention in the city here in Oklahoma City in July. Now the conventions here in Oklahoma nowhere near as big as I'm sure as whatever, but other people are having. But occasionally
Hmm.
we get some cool people out here, and she's going to be here. And so I'm going to try to go to that convention. There's some other names that are a little bit bigger. Tom
Hmm.
Atkins is going to be here. I just saw today. So
Oh, superstar.
there's some cool people. Lauren Oliveira from Terrifier that just announced today
Nice.
she'll
Yeah.
be here. So they're starting to bring in some big names. So I'm going to try to go. But all of that to say,
Nice.
I like Ashley Green, and that's why I decided to check this movie out. Um, there's not any performances in here that are just mind-blowingly amazing, but I think with what people are given, they do a fine job. Yeah, I mean it's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I feel the same. I echo the same sentiment.
yeah. what about the story? Do you like this story?
Um, the story was good enough, I guess, for what it is. Like this, much like you, this isn't my type of horror, but it's
Right.
something I could appreciate, something that I can watch it and be like, oh yeah, I don't feel like I wasted my time, and I don't feel like that at all with this movie. The story for this type of film, the story did what it should have done. Um, it kept you, it kept you engaged. It kept you engaged the way the story played out, like the
Right.
way the film was shot, everything like that. The way it played out, it did it did the best it could do, I
Yeah.
believe, with what the film was like. Um, it was interesting. It was like, okay, you were thinking, oh man, what are they gonna do now? What's gonna happen?
Right.
Like this is crazy. How are they gonna do this? How are they gonna do that? So anytime a move that suspenseful feeling when you're watching a horror film, I think
Yeah.
that's a good thing. So I
I
I,
agree.
I think yeah, I think it was well done.
Yeah. We'll say I saw Nanette just joined the chat. Nanette is fantastic.
And
So thank you
then
so much, Nanette, for joining. Yeah, I agree with you, Swift. I think the story is not bad, especially again for this type of film. Now, one thing I'll say about this movie, and we'll get into it more when we start talking about the plot and things here in a little bit. I
yeah,
was really enjoying this movie more so than I thought I would for about the first
yeah,
half of the film. And then the
hmm
second half of the film, I started to struggle a little bit. I think this movie, because that ending, and we'll get there. That ending just gets kind of crazy to me. But I think
yeah,
sometimes horror movies don't know how to end, and I feel like
yeah,
this movie somewhat falls into that category. Sometimes
yeah,
those endings just get so crazy, and I'm like, what the hell
yeah.
are they doing? And I felt like this movie falls into that category a little bit.
I agree. I agree. You're circling the airport. Just land that plane, bro. Let's
Yeah,
go. So you're circling, 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 land that plane.
yeah,
I agree with you. Like it got really long. you know,
yeah.
it got really long at the end. Um,
Yeah, and the
I
runtime at
I agree.
102 minutes is not terrible. It felt longer than that to me.
Yeah, yeah. The pacing it was because of the way things played out up until a certain point. I don't
Yeah,
want to ruin anything yet until we start
yeah,
talking about it. The way everything played out, it was one pace, and then the pace just changed. It's like I'm talking to you like how we're speaking now, and then
yeah,
all of a sudden I'm just it's like, yo, Swift, get with it. What are you doing? You're killing me over here. And that's what the movie felt like.
yeah,
You know,
yeah. I completely agree.
land that plane.
Anything? Yeah, I'm with you, man. 100%. Cinematography, score, anything in that area stand out to you that you really enjoyed, or kind of like everything else? Was it just fine? Did what it needed to do?
Um, I think the cinematography was good. It worked for
Yeah,
for this particular film. It wasn't stellar. It wasn't stellar, but um, I don't think I wanted. I don't think it needed anything. You
yeah,
know, I think it was sufficient. The score, though, I don't remember any of the music. I remember when I was in the movie and I'm watching the movie and I was into it, and everything I was hearing felt like what I should have been hearing.
yeah.
So
I
again, it's
agree
like,
with you.
yeah, sufficient.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's what I was going to say. I'm 100% with you. If you ask me what, the score now, I'm going to tell you I don't remember any of it. So it
Yeah,
wasn't so extraordinary that I'm just like, man, that's something fantastic. You're always going to remember
yeah,
that. It's not Halloween and Jaws and that kind of stuff,
yeah.
but it worked for the moment that it was in. I mean, it was fine.
hmm
So, okay. All right. We're going to move on here a little bit and start to now get into the plot, start to walk through this thing a little bit. Um, I'll just mention a few things that might be going on and kind of get your take on them. So we open up with our character Cynthia. We find out she's a psychic. This is Ashley
Yeah,
Green. She's in a classroom, and she's kind of already having like some kind of vision or something that's going on here. She's hearing this child's voice saying, "Help me." She's got this book in front of her that's got "Help me" written all over it.
yeah,
She ends up kind of walking around. She finds this boy in a cage. There's also this very creepy man. And then it turns out that she ends up waking up this guy, Larry. That this is kind of what he's describing to her. And from the session that she had going on with him, we also meet her daughter, Jordan. She helps Cynthia here with some of the stuff going on. While they're in the middle of all this, another little girl named Riley arrives who wants to talk to Cynthia. She sees a lot of scars, marks on her arms, and so they end up talking with her. Riley
mhm,
mentions to them that there's a supernatural force that's feeding on her. Cynthia kind of when she comes into the room, she sees this figure standing behind Riley before Riley's father, who's played by Sean Asmore, shows up and ends up taking her away. So a lot goes on kind of in the opening to this film. But give me your thoughts on this, on the opening. Did you like the way it started off? Did it pull you in? How are you feeling about the opening?
Oh, bro. Yeah, absolutely. I did like the start. The start of it, you knew, okay, we're in the thick of it.
Yeah.
And one of the things that really caught my attention from the beginning, you could tell it looked like it was either a dream or, like it was surreal. You can tell just right away, just from everything with the shot, right? With how it was. You see, when you see the bald guy, you see the deformed face, and you see the little boys inside the cage. Like one thing that stuck with me, you hear the kid saying, "Help me, he has me."
Yeah.
Then you get the visuals, so you kind of get what's going on, right? The guy turns around. He has the deformed face,
right?
And he's telling her, stop helping him. Stop helping him. So she's like, oh, you have to help yourself. You can get out yourself. You got it. He has you in a cage, but you're staying in the cage. Pretty much, she's explaining to the kid how to get free from these demons, and you get that idea. But the thing that really caught my attention, I know I'm rambling here. I'm sorry.
No, you're good, man. Go ahead. That's what you're here for.
The thing that really caught my attention was, when the guy with the deformed face, he screamed, and you see like the glass break.
Yeah.
And you see it, she gets cut. She wakes up, and the cut is in real life. So you see she was in the guy's mind. Pretty much like some X-Men stuff. She was in the guy's mind. In his the psychic realm. And the wound that she got in that world, she carried into the real world. So it was kind of like Nightmare on Elm Street. At the same time, so I said, "Oh, where are we going with this thing?" That caught my attention right away. I'm like, "Oh, this is not just an astral plane. These are real stakes that you got to deal with."
Yeah, I completely agree. I like the opening as well. It pulled me in. I thought it was intense. I like the scene there where she goes in to talk to the little girl. She sees the figure standing behind her. I did appreciate, like you said, that was the first thing I thought of was a Nightmare on Elm Street when she comes out of that psychic realm and she's got the cut on her arm. I think it pulled me in. I thought it was a good opening. It definitely got my attention early, and because I wasn't sure about this movie. I'd heard a couple of people talk about it. I haven't heard a lot about this film, but I heard a couple of people talk about it. And like I said, because Ashley Greene was in it, I wanted to check it out, but I didn't know what to expect. I kind of went in with low expectations, and I really liked the opening. It pulled me in. I thought this was like, all right, this is going to be good. It seems creepy. Performances seem solid. There's some interesting things going on. So, I was on board. As we kind of move into this next little section, though, I was going to ask you, because maybe I missed something here, but we see Jordan's having nightmares about her father. Cynthia starts being haunted by this entity that she saw. And then there's this other character that pops up named Agatha, who is, I guess, also like a psychic. I didn't catch where she came from. Did I miss like how they were tied to her? Because to me, it was just like, bam, Jordan's going to talk to her. I don't even know who this lady is.
Yeah, they kind of got into it later in the film. She's it seems like she's kind of like she's kind of like Cynthia, but Cynthia, she's one of Cynthia's clients. She's one of Cynthia's clients. She's like, oh, during the movie, she says, oh, I don't know what to do when you're practicing on people. She says, I know when you do it to me. And she says, but I wonder, I don't really know. And she's like, listen, if I start, I forgot exactly the verbiage that she used, but she's like, if I start screaming something, just wake me up. She really didn't know what to do because she's usually being worked on. You know what I mean? So I got the idea that she was just like a client of Cynthia's, and maybe she dabbled a little bit because she kind of knew that world. She was kind of familiar with that world of that type of treatment.
Yeah. Okay. That's the part that I missed. I mean, I realized that she was probably, because I was getting the impression as well that maybe she dabbled in stuff, but I missed the fact that she might have been a client as well. So I was just trying to figure out, where she came from, because Jordan goes to talk to her a little bit and kind of get some advice. And then Jordan also goes to see Riley. Nemo has joined. Thank you so much for popping in, Nemo. Appreciate that.
Nemo, how you doing, Nemo? The best bartender in Brooklyn. I love you, Nemo.
Nice. I didn't know she was a bartender. That's awesome. So
Oh
if I
yeah.
ever
Oh,
come to
listen.
Brooklyn, I
Yeah.
know where to go get a drink, right?
Yeah. You come to New York. You got to go see Nemo. Frida Brooklyn. Go check her out. She's
Nice.
the
All right, good to
best.
know. And speaking of drinks, get off topic here for just a minute. I do have
Mhm.
my pickle juice and Pepsi here, Swift, just to let you
Ah, there you
know.
go. You got Sean's Harbor Brew.
Yeah, everybody's been giving me shit about that, but I like it.
Yeah.
It's all right, man.
I,
Um,
I still don't have the huevos to try it yet. You know.
Brendan finally tried it the other night when he was on with me. We were doing a live talking about
Yeah.
the Candyman franchise. He finally
Yeah.
tried it, and yeah, he wasn't a big fan, but it's all
Yeah.
right. It's not for everybody. That's okay.
Listen, man, that thing that'll put hair on your chest. You know.
You're probably right. Yeah. Um, so yeah, Jordan goes to see Riley. Initially, Riley's father won't let her in, but she finds a way to get in there anyway. Kind of sneaks in, but then he pops up as well, and so kind of puts a stop to things. We find out that, or Cynthia finds out from somebody there that Jordan went to go see her, so she comes as well. Tell me here, so as this plays out, what were your thoughts about Sean Ashmore's character? Because when we first see him, he just comes and gets his daughter away from Cynthia and them.
Yeah.
But now we're starting to see the role he's playing because he's capturing these girls, right? And he's like feeding them to this entity to try to keep his daughter safe. So, I mean, in one hand, the guy's doing what he can possibly do to keep his daughter safe. On the other hand, he's a bad dude. Like he's the one that's responsible for this. So what were your thoughts on his character as you're seeing what's happening now?
Oh man, bro, let me tell you. I love Sean Ashmore, and oh man, I just was like, man, what a freaking piece of work. What a piece of work. Like, okay, I get it. Everything that you see is going on. I don't have children, but I can only imagine what a father or what a parent would do for their child. You're gonna go to the ends of the earth, right? But it's like, yo, bro, you could have did it without being such a dick, bro. Like I don't like you. Like you are really just, and it makes sense. Like that's how a character that's, like you see, I don't know if I'm jumping ahead here, but
no, you're good.
You find out he lost his wife, which was Riley's mother. He lost her to the same type of thing. So he's kind of at the end of his wits. You know what I mean? So it makes sense that he's just reeking of desperation. And as you see how the movie plays out and the links that he goes, like he actually said it in the movie. He's like, yo, listen, this ain't about you. This ain't about my daughter anymore. He says, we got to take care of this thing.
Yeah.
And I get it. It was such a, oh man, what word can I use? Like, it was, I just felt so bad for him because, like, yo, bro, you're forced to be this monster. Like that was a human monster. That's a human being. That was a monster.
Yeah,
and it's like, yo, he's reeking of desperation. He knows not what else to do. Like now it's his daughter, and then this, and then and the way it kept playing out. Unfortunate, man. He's a troubled soul.
Yeah.
So I get it, but I still didn't like him. Like
I'm with you 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
You feel bad for everything that he's gone through and is going through, but he just ain't handling that shit the right way, and so you don't like him either. Yeah, it's tough. Jordan and they find another girl down here. Jordan and this other girl, they look like they're going to start to escape before Randall, the father, shows up with this gun. Riley stops him from killing Jordan, but then when this other girl shows up and attacks Randall, then he ends up accidentally shooting his daughter and killing her.
Terrible.
Which at that point, then the entity attaches itself to Jordan. Cynthia arrives and Randall takes off. This surprised me because when I got ready to watch this movie, and I just kind of looked to see what it was about real quick, I did not expect Riley to get killed here in the first half of this film because that's what I thought the movie was going to be about, was, Cynthia trying to help her. So for them to take her out, again, I was fully invested in this movie at this point because I'm like, oh, damn, that's not what I expected. And then we get the entity, like I said, attaching itself to Jordan's daughter. But this
was interesting too. That was interesting. I'm sorry to cut you off, Sean.
No, you're good.
That was interesting too. The way that they showed like the transfer of the entity, that like little sequence was it was crazy. Like it was really self-explanatory, but you know exactly what was happening without them telling you. And then they did tell you, but it was such, oh man, it was such a painful scene to watch. See him, number one, you see one of the victims attacks him like she should have. Like this girl got she got the ultimate adrenaline rush. And she bum rushed this guy. You know, she was on. Listen, she had him on the ropes. She was on top of him going to town.
Yeah,
you know, but not before he unfortunately let loose and hit poor Riley.
Yeah,
you know, that was sad. That was sad, but it all, you also felt good because you're like, okay, now this thing is gonna leave her alone because you felt so bad for Riley. You know, young 14-year-old kid dealing with this crap. Like from the moment she stepped in this movie, the moment she knocked on the door and wanted to see Cynthia, and she spoke to Jordan. You know, it was just you just felt so bad for her, man. It was such a sympathetic thing, and a 14-year-old kid. And as much as I felt bad for her, I was relieved. I'm like, okay, this thing is not gonna do any more damage to her because she was messed up. Her arms were destroyed. Like this thing was really sucking the life out of her. And as sad as I was, I felt a little relief for her. And that sounds messed up.
No, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I completely understand. Because you do, from the first moment she shows up, you feel bad for her. And so you kind of hate the way it ended, but there's some relief now that she's not going to have to deal with this anymore. So, Brenda from Our Life in Horror has popped in. Thank you so much for joining.
Hey, being here. We got Brendan. What's up, Brent? How you doing?
So then we cut to the police station. Oh wow, we have that horror couple as well. Robbie and Kaylee popped in as well. So
what's up?
Yeah, definitely.
What's going on, guys?
Well, and for anybody,
the party's here.
Yes, go check out Our Life in Horror. Go check out that horror couple. They've both got some awesome merch, so go check out their stores. Some good stuff up there. A T-shirt and a coffee mug from that horror couple. I got it in the mail today. Was super excited. So,
it was sick too. It was sick. I saw your post.
Yeah, it looked
amazing stuff, man. I got to hit them up.
That's all right, Brendan. You're good, man. Brendan, he had a live about an hour before me with Robbie and Kaylee, so they were all busy over there. Totally understand. And Robbie,
you get the three of them together, man. You know how that goes.
All right, so here now we cut to the police station in this movie. We've got the police. They're questioning Jordan. We find out again that Randall's been doing this for quite a while. Jordan's now seeing this entity show up. So Cynthia decides to enter Jordan's mind, and in doing so, she ends up getting attacked by this creature. She also gets burned before this Agatha lady is able to kind of intervene and help her out. And so now for Cynthia, because she was hesitant to try to help Riley, like she was afraid of what might be going on here. But now she's.
I was so mad at her for that.
Go ahead.
I was so pissed at her for that. I was so mad at her for that. I'm like, come on, man. This little girl needs help. Everybody needs help, man. What are you doing? Oh, that's not our problem. I was like, oh, come on. You gotta be kidding me. It's not our problem. What are you doing here? Like,
I completely agree. Rob says all this showing up. You'll let anyone in here. Yeah, I'm counting on Ryan to keep the bad people out. So if Brendan and them got in, it must be all right.
Listen, those are the VIPs, bro.
That's right.
They skip the line. They got the wristband. They walk right in. They don't even wait online. They skip the line.
That's all right. It's good. And Brendan says you got to be here to support me. So I appreciate the support, man. I need it. So thank you so much.
Absolutely.
But so you were upset with Cynthia initially because she didn't want to help Riley out. Now her daughter's involved. Yeah. Did she? I mean, obviously this is her daughter, so she's going to be, more involved now. But did she redeem herself here? Were you still pissed at her, or now you're okay?
I understood. I understood it. Like I said, okay, she was telling the truth. This thing really is dangerous. And then when you saw what this thing looked like, you're like, oh, that right there, like the appearance looked like what you would want if you were afraid of something like that's what it would look like, something like this just it feeds, right? That's the name of that's the title. Something like that just feeding. And then you see she was, like you said earlier, she when she saw this thing, she drew it in the book. She was doing her research, trying to learn more about this entity, and you find out that the husband, that's Jordan's father,
right?
He passed away. They kind of alluded to doing something like this to help somebody, and that's the way he lost his life,
kind of thing. Exactly, right? Which is
so I understood now. Yeah, I understood it at that point. I'm like, you know what? Because I'm this type of guy. I believe you got that type of gift. You're gifted that because you can handle that, and you're meant to make a difference for people, right?
Right.
And I'm like, listen, yeah, you're running away from a gift that you have, or curse,
Yeah.
however you look at it. You're running
Sure.
away from it, but unfortunately, you have the burners on you. You're put here to help these people. But I understood it more, and man, this scene was crazy. The
Yeah,
scene was
I agree.
crazy.
Yeah, I completely agree. But still, here, we're kind of at the halfway point of this film now, and like I
Yeah,
was saying at the beginning, I was fully invested here. I mean, I was enjoying everything that was going on
yeah,
with what was happening. I felt like
absolutely.
we were getting the strong performances. I felt like we'd gotten some pretty tense scenes. There was, you know, some minor scares and stuff like that there. Like I was on board. I was
Hmm.
enjoying this and
Yeah,
really wanted to see where it goes. And I think we were getting just enough backstory mixed in here and there to let us be, like you were saying, sympathetic with the characters, to understand
yeah.
what they were going through. Even if we didn't agree with everything they were doing, we at least understood.
Hmm.
So I was fully on board. And now the movie's going to start to take a turn because as
Oh,
Cynthia
oh
begins
man.
investigating this, she ends up talking to this doctor about things. Jordan's still having nightmares. We get a scene where Randall ends up attacking Jordan and kidnapping her. So he's back. He's showing up and he buries her alive, which is an absolutely terrifying concept to me that I cannot
Yeah,
even imagine. That's something that scared me since I was a kid, being buried alive. I don't know why, but she gets
yeah.
buried, and now this entity is in this coffin with her. Um,
Ooh,
who end up catching
talk
Randall.
about horror.
Yeah, the police end up catching Randall, and so Cynthia enters his mind to try to find where Jordan is. But yeah, I thought this coffin scene was great.
Oh yeah,
Needed the fact that he buried her alive.
terrifying.
His idea was we've got to stop this entity. This is the only way to do it. But again, he's still doing things where you don't like him. But the scene in the coffin where she's stuck in there, and now that entity's in there with her, again,
Hmm.
that's pretty terrifying.
Well, he didn't go out completely like a dick. He at least left her with a flashlight. He
Yeah,
left her with a flashlight in the coffin. So you could see this thing. And yeah, it was yeah, he pissed me off. He really did. He pissed me off with this scene. Burying another kid. She was only 17 for what they said. Burying another kid alive. I get it. Listen, I completely understand. We got to stop this thing from jumping from person to person. He's like, yo, we're either gonna let it stop,
right.
or and it's gonna just be stuck there, or it's gonna have to go back to wherever it came from. That's what he said. He said either it's gonna starve to death or it's gonna have to go back to where the effort came from.
Right.
And I get that. There's other ways though. There's
Yeah.
other
No,
ways.
I agree.
You
So
know.
you're at this point, yeah, he does have a moment, but I guess, yeah, I just don't like this character at all. He just keeps getting worse.
Yeah, man.
But I did enjoy the
Major.
coffin scene. The coffin scene
Yeah.
was great. I liked that scene a
Oh,
lot.
terrifying. It
Yeah.
was. It was. It was freaking terrifying. And listen, I'm the type of dude like this. If you feel that strongly about this, then let the shit latch onto yourself, and you go take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Like you doing. Listen, it's already screwing people's lives up. If you
Right.
want to be this much of a soldier, listen. I lost my wife to this. I lost my kid. Well, he killed his own kid. But if you feel that strongly about it, then let it latch onto you, and be a man about it. And you handle yourself how you handle yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get it completely. You be the man that goes and does the job instead of somebody else's kid. I mean, you know what it's like. You lost a
Yeah,
kid. Why would you do this to somebody else? But
yeah,
yeah, so I'm with you.
yeah,
Brendan's comment here is funny to me. He says, "Oh no, the turn. I know what this means." Yeah, Brendan's been.
yeah. Oh yeah,
He
Brendan,
and
you
I
ain't
have done
kidding.
some stuff to. He and I have done enough together that anytime I say there's a turn, he knows that things are about to go bad. So from here, as we kind of start to get into the last act in this movie,
Yeah,
this is where I
yeah.
started to get a little frustrated with this one and start to lose some
Oh man.
interest because, yes, Cynthia is able to find out where Jordan is, and she arrives to save her. But in doing so, she has to enter back into this psychic realm. And here's my first thing. This movie had been perfectly fine. I was really enjoying it. I was liking the tone of the film, the look of the film. I thought everything was
Oh yeah.
good. And now we get some weird, like medieval cave with all these weapons and things in it that just I don't know, man. It didn't make sense to me. I'm like, why are we going
It
here? Like,
didn't
we've had a really
make
good thriller happening, and now we're doing the plane is circling. Like we were talking about earlier, we don't know how to
yeah,
land.
yeah,
We don't know how to wrap this movie up, so we're going to start throwing all this weird shit in there. Here's where the movie started to
yeah,
lose me a little bit.
yeah. And it's just getting more and more stupid, you know. Like it's just getting more and more stupid. Okay, so these weapons are gonna. Oh man, I don't even. These weapons are gonna. Okay, so and then you have the pieces. I don't know if I'm jumping ahead,
No, you're
where
good, man. Go ahead.
it's the astral plane within the astral plane within the
Yeah.
astral plane. You know, it's like the dream within the dream. It felt like I was watching Inception. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense, like
Yeah, it
Inception.
does.
Oh, this was the dream inside the dream, and it was like that, and it just didn't work. It was just like, okay, yeah, what you're doing is this is how you get to the end of the movie, but this you're just complicating things. You're making it too complicated. Like let's you had something here. You had us going. You know, the movie
Right.
was playing out like this, and now you're just completely losing us, and you're insulting us. The more we watch, the closer we get to the end, the more we're getting our intelligence insulted. It really sucked because it fell off and it fell off hard, and it really it really showed like they didn't really know what they were doing. It looks like they just cooked up the ending, you know, like they had this story and they said, "Oh, let's just cook up the ending." It looked like a rush job. I put it like that. It looked like it was a rush job. They probably had so much of this movie done. I don't know whether it was studio interference, where we don't like this ending. It could have been a dark ending. Like I don't really like blaming filmmakers anymore because I know these studios are. There's a bunch of suits that
Oh,
know
yeah.
nothing about telling the story, and
Right.
they'll make you look crazy. You know, they'll make Sean's Horror Corner look crazy because we want you to do this. This is what makes sense, and that's what we said you got to do. Now
Yeah.
they're making you look crazy, like you don't know how to
Yeah.
tell a story. You've been telling stories your whole life. You've been entertaining people your whole life, and now you got some suit telling you how to tell a story. They don't even know how to explain nothing. You know, it's
Man,
crazy. So
I agree with you
it's
100%. And I want to point out Rob's comment. Really, he said, "I don't know. This is starting to sound stupid." Yeah, Rob, that's the way I felt watching it. So I'm with
it
you
started to get
100%.
stupid. Yeah,
It did.
it started
But
to get stupid.
what you were saying, I think, is so true because so a while back, I did a review on a movie called Freshwater because, like I said, I love slasher films, but I also, I mean, I like movies like Jaws and The Shallows
Yeah.
and
Oh
Crawl.
yeah.
I like some of those creature features as well. And
Yeah.
Freshwater, when I looked at Freshwater and saw what it was about, it said it was like a combination of like a crocodile film and a slasher film. Like it was taking those two and putting them
Nice.
together. And I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, this sounds interesting. I want to check this out.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
I watched
Absolutely.
this movie and this was the lowest score I have given a movie on my channel yet. It was
Get the
horrible,
hell out of
an
here.
absolutely terrible movie. And so again, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to tell you if I don't like something. I didn't like almost anything about this movie. Like it was
Oof.
horrible. And so I ripped it apart. The next day after my episode drops, the director of this film subscribes to my YouTube channel and then makes a comment about how she appreciates the fact that I watched the movie. She was sorry that I didn't like it, but then tells a story of this is not what she had. She shot a
Mhm.
slasher movie, and the producers wanted a crocodile. And so they had to go back and start CGI this terrible looking crocodile into the film and
Oh.
try to reshoot some things and make things work. And it just completely fell apart and was not the vision that she had at all.
Yeah.
And that is
They
exactly
destroy the whole
what you
narrative.
were saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly
Yeah.
what you were saying. Because then I was like, well, damn, now I want to see it without the crocodile because it might would have been okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I 100% agree with what you're saying. And that's what I felt like happened in this film because I felt like everything changed. The tone of the movie
Yeah.
changed.
Yeah.
The characters started seeming differently to me. I mean, nothing
Yeah.
felt the
Yeah.
same. It was like what I had just watched for 45, 50 minutes was over. And now this is a whole new movie going on. And it
Yeah.
wasn't working for me at all.
Yeah. It was a disconnect, a complete
Yeah.
disconnect.
Very much so. Cynthia ends up confronting the creature. They have some battles there. She's getting overpowered. Jordan enters this psychic realm as well. They end up finally managing to overcome this creature. They tie it up with some vines. And then they use the weapons that they find in this cave that just make no sense to me to kill this creature.
Yeah.
And then we get
No.
a shot where like 6 months later, Cynthia and Jordan are healing and moving on with their life now, and that's the end of this film. Again, this ending does not make any sense to me whatsoever. I felt like I was watching a completely different movie for the last 15 to 20 minutes.
Yeah, 100%. Like, there's no way I could watch that much of a movie and be into it, and then it just completely falls off the rails. There's no way the same storyteller was telling that story. There's no way. Like, somebody definitely got involved here. Oh, we got to do this. We got to, like, come on, bro. Like, it's not even the same story. You're not even telling the same story. Like, everything feels completely different. And studio interference is something else, man. Like, sometimes it might be right. Sometimes, like, unfortunately, like instances like this, it's not right. And we all blame the filmmakers, and it's not really their fault all the time. They show that they know how to tell a story. It's unfortunate. I wanted to like this so much.
Yeah, and like I said, I was enjoying it. This is not typically my type of movie, but I was really first 3/4 of the film I enjoyed. I was liking what was happening. I thought everything was going pretty good, and then it just completely
was nice, everything.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah.
And the last 15 to 20 minutes of the movie, once everything shifts, that last 15 to 20 minutes feels like it lasts like 30 minutes. It just dragging. I just wanted it to be over at this point. So it goes back to that landing the plane thing that you were talking about earlier. But anything else, Swift, you want to say about this movie before we try to rate it?
A few things interested me. Like, I did like the angle where the transmission happens based on proximity at the time of death of the original host. I did like that. So many clever things in this film. I really did like the Nightmare on Elm Street factor, where something that happens in the psychic realm, it will be reflected in the reality, right?
Right.
It's been a while since I've seen this film, but I remember enjoying it a lot. The film is independently produced. The director owns the production company behind it, so this is true. Ooh, yikes.
Yeah, that's tough there as far as I'm concerned, but okay.
Okay.
But I'm glad Brendan likes it, so that works. Continue with what you were saying.
Yeah, I like so many concepts in this film. I did. And this is not, like I told you at the top of the show, this isn't my type of film. They're good enough, but I like different type of stuff. But there were so many concepts in here that I did like, and I'm just like, oh, I want to see where they're gonna go with this. I want to see where they're going with that. And it was just disjointed, and it wound up just dropping for me, like exactly like how the movie went. It just dropped. It just dropped off of the cliff, and I was disappointed at the end. I'm like, man, like the way they eliminated the creature, right?
Right.
These weapons, all this type of stuff. So this creature's mind supplied you with weapons to kill the creature. Like, because if you remember, Cynthia was in Jordan's mind, right?
Right.
They got disconnected, but she was still in the mind. And then Jordan went in the creature's mind, in her own mind. I was like, how does this work? It was just crazy. It was convoluted. It was nuts. It just didn't make sense.
Right.
And then they're both inside the creature's mind, inside their mind. It was just crazy. Like,
I agree. It got all over the place. It really did.
This is one of these things, the suspension of disbelief. Like, you gotta really do some work to try to not act like the story that led up to this part. You gotta pretend that none of that happened just to accept this ending. It was these type of mental gymnastics suck.
No, I agree. I'm with you 100%, and I think that's because once the movie was over, I just kind of sat there for a minute shaking my head, and I'm like, I really don't even know what the hell I just watched. Like, it got so confusing and kind of even hard to follow to me for those last few minutes. So I'm with you 100%. So what I typically do here is rate movies on a scale of 1 to 10. So on a scale of 1 to 10, Swift, what would you rate It Feeds?
Oh man, I feel bad about this because I think it's kind of too high, but I'm gonna give it a 6.5.
Okay. It's funny. We're not that far off. Yeah. We're really not that far off because, again, I don't I know we've just sat here and we've trashed the ending of this film because I think it's terrible. But the first half to 3/4 of the movie is pretty good. This is a pretty good movie. I feel like if we could have had a much better ending, I would have even gone as high as like a 7, something like that.
Yeah.
But this ending,
I would have given it a 7. Absolutely.
The ending pulls it down, and so I would give it a 6. That's where I landed on it with a 6. So we're not far apart at all on this one. So next time we're gonna have to. When you come back, we're gonna have to find something that we like better than this for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we're gonna have to do something a little better. Better.
I agree completely.
It was. Listen, I was into the movie. This is the part that sucks. I was into it. Like they had me. They established a good enough hook. I'm like, okay, let's see what's gonna happen. And it was like you said, it was good until a certain point, and then it just dropped off. And that's what the fact that I liked it so much. That's why I landed on a 6.5. Sure. Because I did like it so much, headed to the end, and then the end just
it hurt.
Oh man, it's depressing. It's depressing. Yeah. So Shawn Ashmore. He really made me hate him, and I love the guy. I love the guy. I really hated him, so he did a great job. These performances, the performances were all, they were all sufficient. They were all good enough. They all, like I said earlier, they all understood the assignment, and they showed up and showed out. For what this type of story was. I really hated Shawn Ashmore. I really did. I was like, man, this freaking guy, man. I was cursing the whole time I watched the movie. I'm cursing the guy out. And man, it's depressing. The drop off is just unacceptable in my opinion.
No, I'm with you 100%. 100%. All right, so that's going to do it for It Feeds. I said a 6, Swift said 6.5. So we both liked it up until we didn't. Basically, it's kind of how that went. But before we get out of here, Swift, go ahead and again take a minute to talk about everything that's going on over at Horror 365. Anything else you guys might have coming up in the future, but tell us all about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Swift Horror 365. Check us out at horror.365 on Instagram. Check us out tomorrow night on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. We're at Horror 365 Alive on YouTube, and tomorrow night we're gonna be talking anthology horror. The topic discussion. Talking anthology horror. We all love anthology horrors. That's gonna be a fun show, and check us out. And we're gonna be coming up. We got a few interesting guests. You stay in touch with us, and we'll keep you posted on what we got going on. Also, come on out, June 20th, Saturday, June 20th. We got Horror 365 prom night. So we're doing prom. I never went to prom, so this is my prom. We're doing prom, and come on out, man. It's prom with the horror twist. So maybe you want to come out with your tux. Sean, you look like a sharp guy. You come on out there with your tux. You come out there killing them. They call you Sugar Daddy Sean for a reason. Come on out with your tux. Maybe you want to paint up your face a little bit. Get a little zombified. You got a beautiful young lady. Bring her out with her gown, her prom dress. Maybe she has the Day of the Dead makeup. It's prom with a horror twist. It's gonna be a lot of fun, man. We're gonna have games, prizes, music, of course, dancing. We have prom coronations. You went to 3 proms. Wow, look at this guy over here.
I know.
I should have known. Brandon. yeah, man. He's been to 3. I've been to none. So wow. Oh, so you went for all of us.
That's right.
Yeah, come on out, man. We're doing coronations. We're crowning prom king, prom queen. We're having best dressed, best attire, best horror twist. It's gonna be a lot of fun, man. It's gonna be having a cash bar. We got a DJ in there. See, I'm happy Rob said he can't make it because I don't have a date. And if I did have a date, once Rob steps in the scene, I'm done. I'm done. So Rob, I'm happy you can't make the prom. But come on out, man. Check us out. Just follow us on Horror 360 on horror.365 on IG,
On Facebook, we're horror/365. YouTube, we're horror365 alive. And check us out, man. We're all about having a good time, having a lot of fun, and we want everybody to come hang out and have a good time, man. We had a great time. We had a blast with Sean over here. He came on last week talking that Latin horror. You know, I never knew his name was Sean Rhodes. You know, I thought it was Sean Rhodes. His name is Sean Rhodes. You know, he knows all about the Latin horror. You know, he surprised me a little bit, but it was a lot of fun. But Sean, thank you so much. Yes, I do appreciate you. Thank you so much for inviting me to your platform, man. It's been a long time coming. I love watching you, man. You're one of the best out here doing it. You know, so detailed with your analyses, and I love it, man. It's a good time coming over here as a party. You know.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, that's
probably
right. Yeah, he would.
Yeah.
No, thank you so much for coming. And yes, everybody definitely go check out Horror 365. And you know, that's one of the things I'll say for sure is, you know, you mentioned that y'all just want to have fun. And you definitely do. It shows. Everybody's always having a good time on your live streams. I had a blast being on there. It was so much fun.
Awesome.
You know, and I had been on a channel a while back, and I'm not gonna, you know, drop any names or anything, but I got invited to come on a channel, and there was like 10 of us on there. And man, it was longest hour and a half of my life. Like, it was just not fun. It was rough. So to come on a channel like Horror 365, it was a blast. I had a great time. You guys are all amazing. So yes, definitely go check out Horror 365 on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Get out to some of their events and give them the support that they need and deserve. If you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, please do so. I have an episode coming out tomorrow on Obsession. Friday, I have an episode coming out on Dolly. So that's what's still coming this week. Next week, I'm going to have some more great guests on. Isaiah from The Better Wolf will be back next week. We're going to be talking about Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. Mike from Mike and Serial will be on next week. We're going to be talking about All Hallows Eve. So some great stuff coming. Subscribe so you don't miss anything. I'm pretty much on every form of social media there is. Blue Sky, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, X, Letterboxd. Just search Sean's Horror Corner and you can find any of it. So yes, everybody, thank you so much for watching and being in the chat. I really do appreciate that. Rob says he has all the thoughts about Obsession. Yeah, I know, Rob, you're not a fan of that movie.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait for this one. I cannot wait for this one.
But yeah, I do appreciate everybody tuning in and watching and commenting and interacting with us. And Swift, again, thank you so much for gracing me with your presence, man, and coming on the show. You're big time. So to have somebody like you come on my little channel was a big deal. So thank you so much.
Please knock it off, man. There's only one Sugar Sean love from up above. You know, I had to come be touched by your greatness. You know, I had to come.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Everybody have a great night. Thank you again, Swift. Thank you. Keep watching. I will see you soon.